Now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Elizabeth Cox. Over the past 4 years, Elizabeth has completed chemical education research in the Chamberlain Research Group and presented work on study habits at the 2018 Society of Teaching and Learning Conference, as well as the 2019 Undergraduate Research Conference. She has also served as a learning assistant in general chemistry discussions and as a peer mentor in the chemistry department. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Hello, and welcome Provost Hexter, Dean Spiller, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, graduates. We came to Davis with 1,000 words. 1,000 words from our personal statements to tell someone we didn't know through 2 prompts about the world we came from, about personal experiences that shaped us, about qualities that made us who we are. And back then, that was hard to write. It seems like a lot, and it felt like a lot every time we wrote that many for a paper or a lab report during our time here. And when it was just 1,000 words about us and our lives, well, how are we supposed to sum ourselves up in that many, or that few? Trying to write this, I kept getting stuck on those 1,000 words I had written about myself. So I went back to them. I thought must have something good in those. Why don't I start there? Those 1,000 words have been buried under thousands more. Words that talked about all the books I read to complete my minor, about the experiments that I conducted in chemistry labs, about how I screwed up the experiments in chemistry labs, and words that I'm not even sure why I kept. And once I had dug deep enough, I had imagined my first 1,000 words to be golden and inspiring. Like, yes, this is something super amazing that I can base a speech on and I can tell it to my peers waiting to get diplomas. It didn't work like that. I found my 1,000 words. They weren't golden. They looked like a small town high schooler wrote them, figuring out how to tell people they didn't know about that said small town, about how writing was hard, and what their life felt like months after losing their dad, all in 1,000 words. Unearthing writing that has spent 4 years of sitting gathering dust makes you think about how much you learn while you're here, writing and otherwise, because those 1,000 words don't sound like anything I write now. And if I had to choose new words to fill those same prompts, they wouldn't be in the same vein. Davis showed me a whole new world with new experiences. I learned how not many people really knew where I came from, despite only being 2-ish hours away. I learned that my hometown population of 300 can fit inside Rock Hall. You need the entire campus for the number of cows, though. I learned that if you are running late to class, sometimes the bike lights and traffic circles are merciful. I learned that the Death Star is still hard to navigate after 4 years. And I need 4 more not to get lost looking for offices. I learned that emailing faculty about research is scary, but that research itself is rewarding. I learned how to make a second home for myself after walking onto campus knowing exactly 2 people. But I think most importantly, I learned how to come back from failure. I learned that failing wasn't the end, even though it really felt like it at the time. It just created a different path, which honestly I think has made me who I am now, and I am better for it. Many of you graduating with me today have probably had similar experiences. Maybe you learned the secret to finding bike parking or any sort of parking when you're late. Or you learned the inside of the Death Star like the back of your hand. Props to you. Maybe you're from worlds even more distant than mine, or had to fail and fight and persist to be here today. But my point is, no matter what your experience may have been here at UC Davis, we all learned how to grow. As academics, as friends, as storytellers, whether we meant to be or not, and just simply as people. So I encourage you, Go back to your 1,000 words if you still have them. See how you've changed. See what has changed in your world and how you've risen to those challenges and been shaped by them. And then ask yourself, if you had to write 1,000 words more, what would you say? This speech wasn't exactly 1,000 words, just full disclosure. 1,000 words just got us here on our first day of school. But I only have 5 left to say for our last day. Congratulations, class of 2019. Thank you.